Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Brianna, just in case you don't know. And just in case you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Press the subscribe button down below. I can't even say subscribe down below because it's like a tongue twister for me. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you like these car vlogs. But anyways, so like I did post this past car vlog with like more of a music thing. Of course, my thing is lip syncing. I love music. I can listen to music all damn day. Especially because my friends are always, oh shoot, I had my niece in my car yesterday and my mirror was down so I can see her like sitting. So I was like, why can't I see the back of my car? Now I can. Especially now because like my friends are always sending me music, like they're always sending me songs to listen to, especially for like summertime songs. Like we've been going out more often, so they're like, this is like our summer song, our summer anthem. So we've been listening to a lot of cool songs, and I usually stick to like country music and a lot of like the old R&B and the old hip hop, like the old Drake, old whatever, old J. Cole. So like they're showing me like new songs, and I always appreciate new music. So if you guys want to leave your favorite songs down below. But I always say like, oh, I'm gonna update you guys like on my life and where I've been on my videos, but I feel like I'm always just like, oh yeah, I've been at work, and then I move on to like music. But I feel like talking to you guys this time. Not that I don't feel like not talking to you guys other times, but I feel like I am more to like, I know what I'm kind of doing with my life right now, I think. But I still do go to school. I go to community college still. I am 24, and you would think by like the age of what, 22, 23, I would be out of community and I would be at a university, you know, straight for my bachelor's or master's or whatever the hell you do after that, and you know, onto my career. But I have taken a couple turns. When I first started college, at the community college that I am at right now, I didn't really know what I wanted to be. I kind of wanted to be a pediatrician just because I love kids, and I was like, if I can save kids' lives, that would be amazing. And then I wasn't really convinced with that career. I was kind of just like, yeah, I'll do that, like I'll start my general ed, you know. But I didn't have any kind of guidance, any kind of direction. I didn't really go talk to a counselor and say, hey, I want to be a pediatrician. Put all those classes for me to take on a list and I'll do it, you know? I was kind of just like, I'm here for my general ed. That's it. Give me what you want to give me. I actually didn't talk to a counselor until like 2 years into college, which was a big mistake because I thought that I knew how to do things myself, and I did not. The first 2 years of college, I pretty much just messed around. Not messed around as in a sense like I didn't go to class or like stuff like that from high school. No, I signed up for classes, I took my classes, but they weren't even classes that were needed. Like I took children's literature, I took child development, which wasn't even a thing. I could have just taken English and math and science and got it over with instead of being like stupid about it. But I didn't know. I had no guidance. I thought I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. So there I was, and I was like, you know what? I do not know how to be a pediatrician, because my mom gave me a good point. I'm a big crybaby. Like, I'm very emotional. And she goes, you know, there is different kinds of pediatricians that do it, but if I were to be a pediatrician trying to save kids' lives, and I am trying to save a child's life, and the child happens to pass away for any reason, how am I supposed to tell a parent, I'm sorry, your baby didn't make it? Like, how am I supposed to do that, you know? So I was like, you know what, you're right, Mom. I am a crybaby. I cannot make it through that. Let's not do that. So I'm like, what about a child psychologist? You know, I get to talk to kids all day. I get to help them with their problems. Whether, you know, my parents went through a divorce, so I went to go talk to a child psychologist when I was little. And I was like, whether they're going through like a divorce from their parents or like school problems or stuff like that, like I would love for a child to be comfortable enough to come and talk to me and be like the best child psychologist, right? So I took a psychology class, and I got this. I'm gonna do great. I took the psychology class and I hated it. I don't know what it is about me, but I feel like maybe it's everybody. I mean, when something doesn't interest you, you're not focused in it. But I was interested in the psychology, things could not stick to my head. So I was like, eesh, what is going on with me? So at that time that I was taking a psychology class, it was just developmental psychology, so just like intro. I was also like, you know what? If I'm gonna be like a child psychologist, or like I can be a mediator at the court, which a mediator is someone that like couples go and sit and talk to and kind of is the mediator of their arguments and also talk to like kids and stuff. So I was like, you know what, I will take psychology and I will also take family law, because, you know, if I'm gonna be like a mediator or a child psychologist for like divorces or stuff like that, like I'm gonna have to know the family law. So I took family law class and I loved it. My teacher was amazing, and I'm like, you know what, maybe I should be like in the law field. And my mom's like, you know what, yes, you need to be an attorney. You are great at arguing, you are great at talking, this and that. And I'm like, you're right, I'm gonna go to school for that. You picked it. So I went to go talk to, that's when I went to go talk to a psychologist. That was like 2 years in, or like 3 semesters in. And I was like, hey, like I want to go to school to be a paralegal. Like I want to get my associates in paralegal. And she was like, perfect. You know, she wrote out my student educational plan, let me know what classes I have to take and this and that. And from then on, I went for it. You know, I took all my paralegal classes. I took all like the electives for it. I took a math class and I didn't really know, because it was like maybe 2 semesters in from taking paralegal classes, and I was like, you know what, I need to take a math class to get it out of the way. And I took one, you know, that I was placed into and I didn't know anything about, and it was like college something, and I was like, well, if I tested into it, obviously it's because I know the curriculum, right? So I registered in it, and that is when I met a girl, and we became really good friends. And she was like, you know what, I don't understand any of this. And it was like, I think it was her 2nd semester in college, and I was like, me either. Like, it's not even regular math. Like, it's like, there's no more 2 plus 2s or like x plus z equals y or anything like that. It was like freaking p and r plus w equals 1,000. Like, I didn't understand anything. So like we pulled it through. There was no homework. It was just like all like reviewing all of his stuff, and then next thing you know, there was a test. Like, that was it. So we failed miserably, and I went to go talk to my counselor, because that was like that was the 2nd time I failed a class, because I had failed psychology, because I was like, nothing was sticking into my head because of the same reason. It was just all like listening to him talk, and then next thing you know, there was a test. So I went to go talk to her, and she was like, you took a math class that was for like math professors. And I'm like, why was I tested into a math class that I don't know about, you know? But she narrowed it down. She was like, you have to take this math class, and then you take that class, and then you're done with math. And I'm like, deal. So of course, you know, community colleges are always like filled with people, new people coming in, the old people staying there and stuff like that. So it was really hard to get into some classes. So long story short, because I've been blabbing for 80,000 hours, I have finished my paralegal classes, and within that time too that I was trying to figure out, because I did, if you guys saw my before Sephora video, then you know that I worked at previous law offices, and you know my previous job, so I won't run that through again. I was like, well, what do I really want to do with my life? And I've always, like, ever since I guess since we moved from like San Diego to over here, which is when I was 9, I would always look at houses like online, and I would love, like, when we would go to open houses, like that was like my favorite thing to do. As like a kid, it's like, what the heck, kids don't want to do that. But so I've always loved houses, and I've always loved looking at them online. Even now that I'm older, I love doing that. I love going on Pinterest, and like home decor is my thing. But for the most part, like the big part of it is real estate. So I'm like, maybe I can be a real estate agent. They say everybody can do it, right? So I did take my real estate classes. So I'm trying to find some type of guidance with that, and I am talking to a couple of people and trying to see what direction I can take with that. And also finishing my general ed, because I still, out of like all the classes I took no general ed. I did take one math class, so I have to take one more because it's like a prerequisite to the math that I need. So I did do that. But I need English, I need science, I need history, I need PE, I guess, like kinesiology, I don't know. I thought I was over PE after I ran the mile in like my sophomore year, but I guess not. And yeah, so I only have a couple classes left, and I do have my appointment that I'm gonna go speak to a counselor again to kind of see if I'm still on the right path, to see what other tips and just some kind of guidance to have while I am on my journey to being extra successful. You know what I'm saying? If there's a straight road, it's a scam. You're going to the wrong direction. Like, if something seems too easy, it's always too good to be true, at least for me, you know. So I have been going through so many curves, so many ups and downs. I break down crying, and I'm just like frustrated and just, you know, a lot of people think like, you know, you're living your life, going to Vegas, going to Palm Springs, Disney trips, hanging out with friends, hanging out with family. And it's just like, it's so true, like what people, like what YouTubers say, like, you only see what people put out. So whatever I post is what I want you to see. Like, it's a good selfie, it's a good picture of me out a night in Palm Springs, you know, or a day in Vegas, like stuff like that. I'm not putting out my real life in one post. One post cannot describe anybody's life or cannot give so much information unless I'm writing a freaking book on my Instagram or doing like a video on my Instagram story explaining everything. But I usually, for the most part, I don't. So I'm kind of glad that I saved it for YouTube, you know. It makes me happy because not a lot of people, like I have like, I don't know how many followers I have on Instagram, but I have only a little bit of subscribers on here, and I don't get much views. So these are the people that I'm actually sticking to and telling my business, because I'm just going through life, you know. And I'm only 24, and my friends keep telling me like, you're still young and it's okay, like everybody goes at their own pace. But I think what like not messed me up, but I was like, whoa, what else do you want me to do? My mom was like, she was like, I feel like you're lagging, I feel like you're slacking, you should have had your career already, you should have done this, you should have done that. And I'm just like, and I think she like pointed out to me just because I had been going out a lot with friends, but it's like, that's what young people are doing. Like for me, and she's gonna watch this video and she's gonna be like, me. But when I was in my teen years, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, like I didn't do anything at all. Like I didn't go out with my friends. I barely went to football games. I wouldn't go to the movies with my friends. I wouldn't have slumber parties. I didn't go to people's birthday parties. I only went to some school dances. But I didn't do like what teens do at all. Like I didn't play sports. So a lot of people like that were my age were like in theater, were in sports. And if they weren't, they would go to friends' houses and like do their homework together, or like go to the library and chill, and like go to football games, go to after parties. Not that I wanted to do like the party stuff, but it's like I didn't live a teen life. So I feel like now that I'm over 21 and I can get into places, I'm actually living my life. And she's probably gonna hate that, but I'm like, another person parks next to me, like why? But I told her, I was like, because she's like, she'll like write me on Instagram, she just slides in my DM, and she's like, where are you? Do you know what time it is? Like, you should be home already. And I'm like, Mom, this is what all the young people are doing. Like, and I understand both ways, because I understand when people are like, you're how old and your mom's telling you to go home. But then I also understand, like, at a certain time of night, that's not a good time to be out. So I understand my mom, and I understand like young people my age. So I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I feel like I'm very responsible. I'm not a drinker, I'm not a smoker, and I'm not a partier, but I love dancing. So if someone's like, hey, let's go dance, like, I'm gonna be like, heck yeah, let's go dance. Like, I don't care if they're drinking. Like, if they drink, it's on them. I'm not drinking, I'm just there to have a great time. If someone else is drunk and making a fool out of themselves, like, that's on them. But I feel like, you know, that's what, like, my mom has a hard time with. Like, someone's gonna be drunk, like, there's gonna be, like, wrong decisions that are gonna be made. And I completely understand, but I gotta live, guys. So that was 20 minutes of me ranting. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna try to make it short, but I also want to make it long because I feel like a lot of people want to know what I'm doing. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.